Pizza is not as bad for weight loss as you might think if made with calories in mind. So to start things off, I will add into a bowl 480 grams of all-purpose flour, 7 grams of salt and 5 grams of dry yeast. I will mix everything with a spoon and then add in 300 grams of lukewarm water. I will use regular all-purpose flour, type 550 if you live in Europe. I won't use the type 00 flour, that is the traditional way of making pizza, as in my oven this made no difference at all and thus is unnecessary to spend the extra money. Now with a wooden spoon I will start to mix the dough as best as I can until it becomes useless, then I will keep mixing with my hands until all the dry flour is incorporated into the dough. The pizza dough is very sticky due to the high water content, which is called the baker's percentage or just hydration, and would determine the type of pizza. More water will mean a more sticky dough but will lead to a more fluffy and softer pizza. Less water will be a more flat and harder pizza dough. There is no wrong or right, just personal preference. In this case it's 65% hydration, so 480 grams of flour times 0.65, roughly 300 grams of water. Okay, after the pizza turned into a ball, I will dust my board with a little bit of flour and start kneading the pizza dough with my palms, about 4 to 5 minutes in total. This will start develop the gluten structure in the dough. Then I will spray a little bit of oil into the bowl, place the dough back in and let it rest, covered for about 30 minutes. As this is resting, I will prepare 4 containers where the pizza can keep fermenting and develop more gluten. This dough will make 4 pizzas. I will spray a bit of oil into every container and spread it around the edges with my hands to prevent the dough from sticking. After 30 minutes, the dough has already expanded and is quite gassy, so now I will pull the dough and fold it back on top and repeat that on all 4 sides. This is called stretch and fold and will strengthen the gluten network even further. For the next step you need a scale. I will first measure the entire thing, divide it by 4 and cut it into 4 equal sized pieces, in this case around 195 grams each. So I will roll the dough into a big burrito shape and cut it into 4 equal sized pieces, roll them into a smaller dough ball, place them into the container and close the lid. Repeat this with all of the dough and all 4 containers gets into the fridge now for at least 24 hours or up to an entire week. The dough will be fully fermented and develop a ton of flavor the longer it sits there, so please be patient. So mine was in the fridge for 48 hours and as you can see it expanded dramatically. Now to bake the pizza I get the best results in my oven using a cast iron pan. This has 28 cm or 11 inches. You can also use a baking sheet if you don't have a cast iron pan, but you won't develop the same crust. First, I will add a little bit of oil into the pan, and since this is a sticky dough, I will also add a little bit of cornmeal or semolina and spread this around the entire surface. This will prevent the pizza from sticking in the oven. Now add the pizza dough in and let this sit here so it can get to room temperature for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will first preheat my oven to the highest temperature possible, in my case is 250°C or 500°F, and then prepare the toppings. To start, I will first make a super easy tomato sauce with a can of crushed tomatoes. You can absolutely use a store-bought tomato sauce, a lot of them taste quite good. Just watch out for the sauce that are in the 40 calories per 100 gram range. For my sauce, I will add into a bowl 400 grams of crushed tomatoes, add a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of garlic powder, freshly ground black pepper, a strong pinch of salt, and optional some chili flakes to add a kick. Mix everything until combined and that's it. This is way more sauce than you need for one pizza, but it lasts in the fridge for a couple of days for your next pizza night. Next is the cheese, and I will make a combination of low moisture mozzarella, about 40 grams, and one of these cheese sticks. This is also low moisture mozzarella and tastes amazing on top of pizza. I will cut this into smaller pieces. This is 60 grams of cheese in total. The traditional fresh buffalo mozzarella won't work properly in a home oven because of its high water content. It will make the pizza soupy. Lastly, I will add a very lean protein sauce, and here I would recommend using either 50 grams of pork ham, which is my personal favorite, or other deli meat, for example chicken or turkey. They taste great on top of pizza and have both not a ton of calories and also 10 grams of protein. Or you can try a classic Italian combination with a small yellow onion and 50 grams of canned tuna without the added oil. This is also very tasty and quite high in protein. Either way, now that my dough is at room temperature, I will spread the pizza by pushing it from the middle towards the outside of the pan. This will take you a minute or two. Just slowly press it down around the edges until the entire surface is covered. Next, I will add a couple of tablespoons of sauce, around 70 grams in total, the cheese, and lastly I will add the ham that I cut into smaller pieces. Now there are 2 ways to bake bake this pizza. First, you can just simply put this into the oven in the middle rack for about 12 to 18 minutes depending on your oven. Just wait until the cheese is golden brown. This might not develop the best crust because the cast iron needs a bit of time to heat up, but what you can do instead is after baking, simply add the pan on your stovetop on medium heat and wait until the bottom has the proper crust that you like, about 3 to 4 minutes, and there you have a great homemade pizza. The second possibility is the opposite, and this is how I personally make my pizza. I will start with the dough on my stovetop on medium heat for about 5 to 6 minutes without any toppings. You can check the doneness of the dough better if you do it like this. Also, I need to move the pan around because it's simply too big for my stove, so just keep rotating the cast iron so you have an even crust. As soon the pizza crust has developed the color that I like, I will remove it from the hot stove, add in all of my toppings, and now it gets into the oven under the broiler for just 2 to 3 minutes until the cheese is melted and the dough at the edges has some color. Keep checking the pizza dough, a powerful oven will burn your pizza rather quick. Either way you choose, you get an absolutely delicious pizza that comes very close to a restaurant style. It's soft, it's crispy, and instead of a 1400 calories restaurant pizza, this version comes in with 731 calories, 96 grams of carbs, 21 grams of fat and 37 grams of protein. With tuna it would be 735 calories with 39 grams of protein. And this is why I believe that pizza isn't that bad if made with macros in mind. Everyone can fit 700 calories into their macros. However, to fit these macros easy into your diet, you need to make a macro-friendly breakfast, so check out this video and see you there.